Greetings, and thank you for joining us today. This presentation is about the evaluation and assessment of non-credit programs. The presenters are Ashley May, Forrest LaPointe, Lee Harper, and Susan Moody, and we hope you enjoy our presentation.
Hello, my legal name is Alicia and my preferred name is Lee. I will be talking about the introduction and the overview of the evaluation and assessment of non-credit programs. Let's start by addressing what non-credit programs are and what defines courses to be non-credit. There were different definitions and terminology associated with non-credit courses. However, the majority of literature defines non-credit courses to be courses that are not applicable toward a degree. This is inclusive of certificates. This is a definition we will be using throughout the presentation unless otherwise stated. Our group was then tasked with finding out more information about the evaluation and assessment around non-credit programs. Why is this important? Assessment and evaluation are becoming more prioritized and demanded in most facets of student affairs. Programs, grants, and courses exist, continue, or stop as a result of conclusions and information yielded from assessment and evaluation. Institutions are looking for proof of positive or negative performance in various categories like student admission, retention, and satisfaction. It's important as student affairs professionals to know about what options exist for continued learners, as well as what are some of the trends, areas of growth, and needs that exist for non-credit students specifically. Why is this a critical issue, and how does this relate to adult and continued learning? There is seemingly neither a large nor expansive amount of data that exists for non-credit programs. Also, this is impacting and affecting many students who take non-credit courses trying to compete in a global market, further develop skills, or be able to excel outside of the limiting nature of four-year degree-based systems. It is important that there are safeguards and accountability that exist for giving these students a quality experience. Lacking in this area can lead to institutions taking advantage of students and largely not properly equipping them with the desired skill set or, in many capacities, the desired ability to compete in a job market. Conversely, it may also prove that there should be a stronger allocation of funding, resources, or staffing for specific programs that are not receiving the due attention. To further contextualize information communicated in the introduction, I will now be delving into an overview of our critical issue, starting with figures and data revolving around non-credit course assessment and evaluation. According to a national analysis of non-credit community college education, enrollment, funding, accountability, and contextual issues, 40% of people enrolled in community college are utilizing non-credit courses, and there are approximately 4 million non-credit students in the U.S., further supporting the demand that exists and the large net non-credit cast for those who would be affected by a lack of qualitative evaluation. A comprehensive evaluation of a lifelong learning program, Program 60, revealed just over 61% of respondents noted that taking classes helped to improve their emotional satisfaction. The U.S. Department of Education was the main data repository that I came into contact with, who did a study in 2014 about certification programs and then contributed to a 2016 survey about the National Post-Secondary Cooperative. However, information was limited and sparse. Within one of the studies for the project, it also communicated that evaluation was more likely to take place for those that have received state funding. Many articles echoed the lack of uniformity in evaluation was hurting the complication of data. Like many populations, organizations and groups dedicated to supporting and providing resources is an important aspect and part of success for adult learners. They have groups on social media as well as large national organizations such as American Association for Adult Continuing Education, ACPA Commission for Commuter Students and Adult Learners, NASPA, Adult Learner, and Students with Children. These all would be helpful and not only finding networks of support, but finding out more about non-credit programs. Additionally, many individual college campuses detail specific information you may need to know or find useful when inquiring if non-credit courses are the right path for you.
Thanks, Lee. My name is Forrest LaPointe, and I will go ahead and cover some of the background information surrounding the evaluation of non-credit programs. When speaking in regards to the relevance to adult and continuing education, non-credit programs are a popular option for many adults seeking a post-secondary option. These programs give the opportunity for certificates, which can be a cheaper and more accessible option for students, and evaluation contributes to this relevance because in order to improve the programs and have them better reflect the need for adults in post-secondary education, we must utilize evaluation of these programs to its fullest. Evaluation provides the tweaks that can help a program provide whatever needs a student may specifically have. As previously stated by Lee and myself, many jobs and employers are often searching for skills that are not developed in a standard credit program, and this is why certain non-credit programs exist. They offer the opportunity to develop soft skills relevant to areas such as leadership and critical thinking. An evaluation has helped develop and grow these programs, which are often shadowed by their credited counterparts. This displays a lack of funding between non-credit programs to credited programs and shows the need for said funding. Non-credit programs often need to prove themselves in need of more funding. According to the Non-Credit Ad Hoc Committee of Orange County from 2009, funding for non-credit programs is typically paid for by the general fund revenue that a district receives. These are local decisions by each individual district, which can result in disparity between funding of different districts and what they deem necessary. An equal amount of funding to non-credit programs similar to credit programs gives an equal opportunity for services especially popular at community colleges to provide support to students that may require more attention. One of the advantages to non-credit programs is their accessibility they provide to a wide student population. Due to many wide applications these programs possess and offer to students, many non-credit programs are typically accessible to all types of students. Now, transitioning to the skills and challenges present in the evaluation of non-credit programs, I will begin with the commonly discussed problem of the measurement of soft skills from said programs. Many non-credit programs offer soft skills training and focus on areas that are separate from traditional credit instruction. One of our research articles references the common difficulties with evaluating behavior and attitudes in training programs. McLean and Moss from 2003 go on to mention the most common issue with these soft skills is that it is difficult to measure their characteristics due to there being a lack of measurable qualities to note during the evaluation. Since programs are non-credit, they will not apply towards degree completion, therefore many schools often disregard them. This results in a lack of feedback to the program and a lack of effective evaluation. Overall, the whole program then suffers from the lack of feedback, and this will then impact the students. Finally, one of the most prominent issues many of us encounter during our research is that there is a lack of research regarding the topic. This builds on the lack of feedback as it stems into the fields of research where no studies are being conducted on the material, and therefore a general lack of knowledge or even data knowledge becomes prominent. The research we did encounter mentions how even small steps may combat this, but overall the lack of research regarding evaluation of non-credit programs builds on itself and discourages some professionals from further researching and making advancements on the field. Beyond this, there is an even further challenge for those conducting research regarding evaluation, as there is few prior journal articles utilized for reference within their own research. Many of these issues and challenges do have innovations and improvements that can be done to help improve them, and with that I'll pass it over to Susan.
Thank you, Forrest, for addressing the issues and challenges in non-credit programs. My name is Susan, and I will be chatting with you about the innovations in the field surrounding some of the challenges my colleague mentioned. One of the challenges noted was critical thinking and the evaluation of soft skills in non-credit programming. One of the studies showed a way to evaluate these soft skills is through situational judgment tests. These tests help the student give rank or order certain information, which correlates to how students make meaning. Another issue in non-credit programs is addressing professional skill development. Professional skills are vital in non-credit programs, since the majority of students are enrolled in non-credit programs to further develop their workforce marketability. Programs mainly focus on giving vital information to students, but they do not always give students professional development or leadership skills they need to be successful. One way Concordia University is combating these lack of professional skill development is through a program called Grad Pro Skills that is attempting to give graduate students the resources to further develop their marketability. Finally, one of the biggest challenges in non-credit programming is the lack of research of these programs. These programs are not getting the proper feedback, which leads to improper evaluation of the issues. This cycle is known as systems theory, which addresses the feedback and evaluation cycle, while also understanding the main goal of any organization is survival. Understanding the population is key to survival. Adding exit interviews or more spaces for students to give feedback will aid in the overall goals of the programs.
Hello everyone, this is Ashley May speaking with you now about the various data sources utilized in our research regarding the evaluation of non-credit adult education courses. The starting point for our research was the EMU Library online platform. By utilizing the journal article search functions, we were able to locate articles relevant to our topic, refining the search to reflect peer-reviewed entries. As an employee of Michigan State University, I also utilized the MSU Library online platform. Because there has been very limited research on this particular topic, as Forrest already referenced, I searched through a separate institution library in hopes of finding variety in journal subscriptions that would return a different queue of available articles. While many of the articles were in fact the same, I was able to locate a few different ones not available through Eastern's library system. One of the articles I was able to locate through MSU was on Program 60. After analyzing the article on Program 60 by Park, Lee, and DeBelko-Sconey, I did additional research on the program via Ohio State University's Office of Distance Education and E-Learning website. To provide a brief summary, the description of Program 60 as defined on the OSU website, Ohio residents age 60 or older are invited to enrich their lives by experiencing the academic excellence and world-renowned research available at The Ohio State University. Each year, thousands of Ohioans take advantage of this tuition-free, non-credit, non-degree program to connect to the university community. Program 60 students attend courses on an instructor permission, space available, audit basis at the undergraduate and/or graduate level. Taking the time to research the Program 60 website was truly beneficial, as I was able to better understand the course offerings and general structure of the program, which provided better insight into the research conducted by Park et al. In searching for common themes among our various articles, the greatest overarching theme was the variety of not only program offerings, but of venues and learners as well. Non-credit courses cover a multitude of study areas, such as English as a second language, which Susan researched, lifelong learning courses such as Program 60, and workforce and professional development courses, just to name a few. The wide array of courses offered are taught at various venues, including community colleges, religious organizations, four-year colleges and universities, community organizations, as well as employers. Learners enrolled in these non-credit courses are incredibly diverse, with a variety of ages, genders, and racial identities represented. Susan found in her review of non-credit education at community colleges that the average age of learners participating in these non-credit programs was 34 years old, with most coming from a lower socioeconomic background. Many non-credit programs are a product of an institution's mission to better serve its community or an employer's mission to assist its employees in professional development. It is clear in the articles we researched that non-credit programs are especially relevant for a large population in our country, but these programs are drastically underevaluated, if they are evaluated at all. In the case of Program 60, it was actively operating for 40 years before Park, Lee, and DeBelko-Sconey conducted their research to determine its effectiveness and the satisfaction of the participants. Given that many non-credit programs have associated fees and thus serve as a source of income for institutions, you would think ongoing evaluation would be instituted as part of each course iteration to assess the effectiveness of the teaching, the curriculum, and the overall satisfaction of the learners. It was evident by our research, however, that this is in fact not really the case. Many non-credit programs are not formally evaluated, which is a huge disservice to the teachers and learners participating in these courses. In closing, we hope you enjoyed our presentation and are able to take away a greater understanding of the evaluation of non-credit programs. Please see our cited references if you are interested in further researching this critical issue. Thank you for your time and attention. Take care.